The moments of waiting can feel like an endless test. You whisper your prayers in the stillness of the night, your heart heavy with hope, yet the answers do not come as swiftly as you long for. The days turn into weeks, the weeks into years, and still, the doors you desperately wish to walk through remain closed. Doubt creeps in. The mind begins to question, why is Allah making me wait? Have my prayers gone unheard? But what if this period of waiting is not a rejection, but a preparation? What if, in the silence, Allah is speaking to you, not with words, but with His wisdom? Sometimes the greatest blessings are hidden in the delays we struggle to understand. When you feel like your dreams are slipping away, remember, Allah's timing is never random. Every moment of waiting is a part of a divine plan that is beyond human comprehension. Allah Himself assures us in the Quran, indeed with hardship comes ease. Surah Al-Baqarah 94:6. This is not just a promise, it is a reality woven into the fabric of life. Your patience today is creating a future that is better than what you could ever imagine. So do not let despair take root in your heart. The delay is not a punishment, nor is it neglect. It is a sign that Allah is preparing you for something greater than what you are asking for. And by the end of this journey, you may come to realize that the waiting was the blessing all along. Waiting is not just about time passing by, it is an act of worship, a test of patience, trust, and submission to Allah's perfect wisdom. It is in these moments of waiting that a believer's true faith is revealed. When everything is going well, it is easy to say we trust Allah. But real trust is shown when the answers do not come immediately, when the doors remain closed, and when the path ahead is unclear. Do we still believe in Allah's plan even when we do not understand it? Do we still turn to Him with hope, or do we allow doubt to take over? The Prophet reminded us of an essential truth. Know that victory comes with patience, relief with affliction, and ease with hardship. Tirmidhi 25:16. Every delay in life is an opportunity to prove our faith, a moment to show that we rely on Allah not just when He gives, but also when He withholds. Because sometimes the greatest test is not in what we receive, but in how we wait. Look at the story of Prophet Yunus, a.s. He found himself in total darkness, swallowed by the belly of a whale. No escape, no sign of hope. He could have fallen into despair, believing that his situation was beyond saving. But instead he turned to Allah, placing his complete trust in His mercy. He called upon his Lord with a dua that carried the weight of sincerity. There is no deity except you. Exalted are you. Indeed, I have been of the wrongdoers. Surah Al-Anbiya 21:87. And because of his patience and unwavering faith, Allah rescued him. Your waiting is not in vain. Every second of patience is a form of worship recorded by the angels. Every moment of trust is an act of faith that brings you closer to Allah. So the next time you feel restless in your waiting, remind yourself, it is not just a delay, it is an opportunity to prove your faith in the one who never abandons His believers. Not every delay in life is a setback. Sometimes what seems like an unanswered prayer is actually Allah's way of protecting you from something unseen. The things you desperately want, whether it is a job, a spouse, or a breakthrough, may not be what you need right now. And because Allah is the most merciful, He withholds certain things for your own good, even when you cannot understand why. We often think we know what is best for us, but our vision is limited. We seek only the present moment, while Allah sees the entire path ahead. He knows what lies behind the doors we are trying so hard to open. Some of them may lead to pain, failure, or loss, but in His wisdom, Allah keeps them closed, not to punish us, but to protect us. Allah reminds us of this in the Quran. Perhaps you dislike a thing, and it is good for you. And perhaps you love a thing, and it is bad for you. And Allah knows while you know not. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:16. Baqarah 2:16. Think of a child who cries for a knife. To him it looks like any other object. He believes it will make him happy. But his parents, knowing the harm it could bring, gently take it away. The child does not understand. He sees it as unfair, not realizing that he was just saved from danger. In the same way, we may cry for something that is not meant for us. We may plead for something that, if given too soon or in the wrong way, could bring harm instead of happiness. But Allah, in His perfect knowledge, delays it or redirects us towards something better. So if you are waiting for something that has not yet come, trust the delay. What feels like a pause in your life is actually a shield placed by Allah. And when the time is right, what is truly meant for you will arrive in ways beyond your imagination. Every person whom Allah chose for a great purpose had to go through a period of waiting. It was never an accident. It was never a waste of time. It was a process, one designed by Allah to prepare them for something greater than they could have imagined. Look at Prophet Yusuf. He was thrown into a well as a child, sold as a slave, and later imprisoned for a crime he did not commit. Year after year he waited, not knowing when relief would come. But when the time was right, Allah raised him to a position of power, making him a ruler over Egypt. His waiting was not a punishment. It was training for the great responsibility that awaited him. Prophet Musa also faced years of waiting. He lived in exile, away from his people, before he was called to free them from Pharaoh's oppression. That time of waiting was not in vain. It was in the desert, far from his homeland, that Allah strengthened him, purified him, and prepared him for his mission. Even the greatest of all, Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings upon him, had to wait. He did not receive revelation immediately. Years passed before the first words of the Quran were revealed to him. But in that waiting, his heart was being prepared to carry the weight of prophethood. Waiting is not a delay without purpose. It is a stage of transformation. If you are waiting for marriage, perhaps Allah is shaping your heart, strengthening your patience, and preparing you to be the best spouse for the right person. If you are waiting for success, maybe Allah is refining your character so that, when the opportunity comes, you will be able to handle it with wisdom and humility. Allah does not withhold without reason. The delay is not rejection, it is preparation. And when you are truly ready, what is meant for you will arrive at the perfect time. Waiting is not just a test, it is an opportunity to earn rewards beyond what the mind can comprehend. Every moment of patience, every second of trust in Allah's plan is being recorded. And Allah, in His infinite mercy, does not let any hardship go to waste. Allah promises in the Quran, "Indeed, the patient will be given their reward without measure." Surah Az-Zumar 39:10. This means there are no limits to the rewards of those who endure with patience. No calculation, no restriction. A reward so great that only Allah knows its true value. Imagine this. Every time you hold on and trust Allah, you are being elevated. Every tear you shed in patience is being turned into blessings. Every delay, every hardship, and every unanswered prayer is adding to a reward so vast that, on the day of judgment, you will look back and be grateful for every moment you waited. Umar ibn al-Khattab once said, "The best days of my life were the days of patience." Why would he say this? Because patience is not just about enduring hardship, it is about developing a deeper connection with Allah. It is in patience that faith is strengthened. It is in patience that the soul is purified. And it is in patience that a believer comes closest to their Creator. So do not think of waiting as wasted time. It is a path to something far greater. The longer the wait, the greater the reward. And when the moment comes, when Allah finally grants you what you have been waiting for, you will understand that every second of patience was worth it. One of the hardest parts of waiting is the fear that your du'as are going unheard. The whispers of doubt creep in. Has Allah abandoned my prayers? Have my words disappeared into silence? But the truth is, no du'a is ever lost. Every word you utter, every tear that falls in sujud is recorded by Allah. He hears you, He knows your pain, and He is responding in ways you may not yet understand. The Prophet, peace and blessings upon him, reassured us of this when he said, "No Muslim makes a dua except that Allah grants it in one of three ways. Either He gives them what they ask for, or He delays it for a greater time, or He saves them from something harmful." Muslim 2735. In the same way, when you make dua, you may be asking for something limited, something small in comparison to what Allah has prepared for you. If He is making you wait, it is because He is planning to give you something better, something that will light up not just a small part of your life, but your entire existence. So never stop making dua. Keep asking, keep trusting, and keep believing, because your duas are never ignored. They They are simply being answered in the best way possible. My dear brothers and sisters, if you are in a season of waiting, do not lose hope. Do not let frustration fill your heart. What you see as a delay is not a punishment. It is a divine plan unfolding in ways you cannot yet understand. Allah is not ignoring you. He is not overlooking your prayers. He is crafting something better for you, something greater than what you have asked for. Every moment of waiting is shaping you, strengthening you, and preparing you for what is to come. The next time you feel restless, remind yourself of this powerful verse and put your trust in Allah. And sufficient is Allah as a disposer of affairs. Surah Al-Ahzab 33:3. Your waiting is not in vain. It is building your patience. It is drawing you closer to Allah. It is teaching you reliance on the one who holds all things in his hands. And when the time is right, when you are truly ready, your blessings will come in ways that will leave you in awe of Allah's wisdom and mercy. So be patient. Be steadfast. Keep your heart firm in faith, because if Allah is making you wait, there is a purpose.